Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll show you a science fiction series, Altered Carbon Season 1, Episode 7. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. Tarkeshi is the last interstellar warrior in the world. He has become Lauren's private detective and enjoyed temporary freedom since Lauren's bailed him out of prison. Lauren's is a meth living in the area. Tarkeshi needs to find out who murdered him. During the investigation, Tarkeshi gets himself into lots of troubles. Even his friend Beauty, a detective from the Bay City Police Department, is implicated. They are kidnapped to fight with orcs-like creatures. Luckily, they are saved by a masked assassin who kills all men that are attacking them. When the assassin takes off her mask and reveals herself, Tarkeshi is shocked. This assassin is his younger sister, who died in an explosion hundreds of years ago. Tarkeshi and his sister were born into an average family. Their mother was good to them, while their father was an asshole who often abused them physically and verbally. The father even killed their mother and dumped the body in a cooler pool to destroy it. Once when the father was going to abuse Tarkeshi's sister, Tarkeshi sneaked to his father's back and shot his stack in the neck. After that, Tarkeshi was sent to prison to serve a digital sentence, until one day a man noticed him. The man was the captain of SeaTac. Though Tarkeshi was just a young boy, he saw great potential in him. As long as Tarkeshi agreed to join the SeaTac and serve the Protectorate, he could get an adult sleeve. The captain also promised that his sister would be placed in a good family, where she would have a good life and be treated well. Tarkeshi was persuaded and agreed to join the SeaTac. Since then, he has been training in different sleeves. There is also a price to join the SeaTac. Anyone who knows Tarkeshi's identity would be in danger, so Tarkeshi had to leave without saying goodbye to his sister. Time flies and decades passed. Life in the army is tough. After years of training, Tarkeshi has become a human-killing weapon. One day, he is assigned to Japan to kill a Yakuza Kimicho with his teammates. This Yakuza has committed kidnapping and murder, and doesn't pay his taxes, which is a big crime in Protectorate. So this guy has to be killed. The mission goes well. It only takes half an hour for the squad to get to the Yakuza. When Tarkeshi is aiming at the Yakuza and is going to shoot, somebody points a gun behind him and warns him not to move. Weirdly, Tarkeshi doesn't feel scared but excited, because he sees the person behind him is wearing a necklace that looks the same as the one his mother gave to his sister. Tarkeshi takes off his helmet and turns around. He recognizes the person who is his missing sister. He didn't expect to meet his sister on this occasion. They are surrounded by SeaTac and Yakuza. They need to figure out a way to retreat safely. They can understand each other without verbal communication. Tarkeshi and his sister start to shoot at everyone at the scene. Within minutes, they kill all the people there and make enemy with both SeaTac and the Yakuza. Very soon, the wanted posters of Tarkeshi and his sister are all over the universe, which means it is impossible for them to continue to live in the city or immigrate to other planets. At the moment, what they can do is hide in the forest and try to stay alive. Something happens on the first day they enter the forest. While they are sleeping at night, a team of armed forces surround them and capture them. Tarkeshi and his sister thought they were going to die this time. To their surprise, those soldiers are not SeaTac, nor do they serve the Protectorate. Those soldiers are the rebel army that fights against the Protectorate. They have been living in the forest for a long time. They are called Interstellar Warriors. They are under the leadership of a woman called Quell. Quell appreciates Tarkeshi and his sister's ability. She is quite impressed that he and his sister took out the entire squad of Praetorians and lots of Yakuza hitmen. She invites Tarkeshi and his sister to join her and overthrow the Protectorate. In the beginning, Tarkeshi joined SeaTac with gratitude. He believed that the captain of SeaTac would find his sister a good family. However, the captain didn't keep his promise. After Tarkeshi joined SeaTac, he sold his sister to Yakuza and earned a fortune. Now Tarkeshi feels nothing but hatred for SeaTac. So he decides to join Quell and becomes an interstellar warrior. They live in caves, but those days of being interstellar warriors are warm for Tarkeshi and his sister. They study theories and practice fighting skills. They make big progress in a few years and become the best of the warriors. As the army is getting stronger, Quell announces her ultimate plan. She thinks that they can't win a conventional war against the enemy. Their real enemy is not the Protectorate, but the stack. The creation of stacks was a miracle that enabled people to live forever. However, poor people who can't afford new sleeves would die. Only those wealthy and powerful people like Lawrence can enjoy immortality. The creation of stacks make poor people even poorer, whose lives become worthless. While rich people possess most of the resources, and it appears a tendency of solidification in class structure. Ordinary people are living a more and more miserable life. They will die eventually for not being able to afford a sleeve. In Quell's eyes, death is the ultimate safeguard against the darkest angels of human nature. They need to end the curse of eternal life and bring back real death, so that civilization can survive and all men can have an equal life. Quell has created a program called Akron, which can be downloaded into stacks, and everyone's lifespan will be programmed to 100 years. When the time comes, the stack will self-explode. No matter how rich and powerful you are, you can't escape death. The development of the program is finished. The problem is they need to download the program into everyone's stack at the same time. No matter how hard the mission is, Quell is determined. She is planning to steal the casting source codes for the Central Core at the Protectorate Garrison. The Central Core is like a computer, storing all the data of stacks in the world. As long as they can go to the garrison and spike the core with Akron, the program will spread into every stack at the same time. By then, everyone will have the same lifespan. However, it's always easier to say than to do. Tarkeshi admires and respects Quell when he is listening to her plan. Quell happens to have a good impression on Tarkeshi. Before the mission, Tarkeshi and Quell take a break at the riverside. During the chat, Tarkeshi learns the shocking news that Quell is the creator of stacks. She wanted to be an explorer and saw the world with her own eyes. But one life wasn't long enough for her to explore the universe. So she found a way to transfer the human consciousness into a stack. As long as the stack is not damaged, a human can change sleeves and extend the lifespan. Although Quell's research succeeded, she is not so happy as she expected. Since then, she realized that the creation of stacks could only benefit the meths, while average people suffer. To correct this, Quell built interstellar warriors. She wants to destroy stacks and put an end to her mistake. Time flies by so fast when Quell is telling her story. There is less than 5 hours before the mission of fighting into the Central Core. When Tarkeshi and Quell are going back to meet everyone at the camp, they see warplanes of Protectorate coming. Tarkeshi knows something has gone wrong. When he arrives at the camp, he sees that most people are dead. Those who are alive are killing each other. It seems that the Protectorate launches a virus attack. They spike virus into the interstellar warriors' stacks remotely. Those who are infected have illusions and attack each other. Before Tarkeshi grieves over his teammates' deaths, the captain of SeaTac arrives at the camp and cleans the battlefield with his soldiers. The remaining interstellar warriors are heavily outnumbered by the Praetorians. There's no chance of winning. Tarkeshi is lost in despair. Suddenly, he hears Quell's voice from his headphone. Maybe the range of the virus attack is only within the camp. Tarkeshi was with Quell at the river, and his sister went to find him. That's why they three are not infected. Now there are only 3 interstellar warriors left. As long as they don't give up, there will be hope. Tarkeshi decides to draw the enemy's attention by shooting, so that Quell and his sister can run to the plane. Quell and Tarkeshi's sister are flying to the garrison to spike Akron. If they succeed, interstellar warriors will achieve the final victory. Tarkeshi's plan works. He gets the captain of SeaTac and other soldiers' attention and wins enough time for Quell and his sister to escape. But he didn't expect that the plane is shot and explodes right after it takes off. Exhausted and heartbroken, Tarkeshi closes his eyes. Since then, Tarkeshi hasn't seen his sister for hundreds of years. He thought his sister died in the explosion, but now a miracle happens. His sister is alive and saves him and Beauty from Phytrum. When Tarkeshi is recovering in his sister's home, he finds some freezers in which there are 3 different sleeves. One of them is the meth who recommended Tarkeshi to Lawrence. Part of the reason why Lawrence chose Tarkeshi to be his detective was because of her. She persuaded Lawrence to use an interstellar warrior, because those warriors are capable of everything. The other sleeve is the Ghost Man's boss, who ordered the hitman to bring Tarkeshi to him alive. Those 2 sleeves demonstrate Tarkeshi's sister has more power than he realizes. She has several identities of meths and leaves a good life for hundreds of years, but she never forgets her brother. So she uses different identities to give orders to bring Tarkeshi to her. That's the safest and most effective way she can think of. Tarkeshi asks her if Quell survived the explosion. She doesn't give a clear answer. The truth is Tarkeshi's sister detonated the bomb on her on the plane. She can stay alive because she made a copy of her stack before she got onto the plane. Her stack was destroyed on the plane, and the backup stack doesn't have the memory of the explosion. That's why she can't answer Tarkeshi's question. She doesn't know if Quell survived the explosion, though she killed the leader of Interstellar Warriors. This is Angry Mustache Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your fun for today.